Okay. Hey, welcome to D&D with high school students, the B team. We're doing character creation with Charlie. Now, Charlie, when we last left off, we were making a bunch of characters, and you had an idea to make a character who would be able to talk his way into or out of different things. And we had looked at some different options, and the Charlatan background was real good because it had like a bunch of different elements that you liked. But then we started to talk about you wanted to be kind of deadly, but not like in an obvious way. And you had this,
very low-key.
So we kind of came up with this idea of this person who'd be like just a knife master, right? Like a blade master. So we started doing research, and we found that there's a feat called Sharpshooter, and that feat allows you to do a bunch of really cool stuff with ranged attacks. It's almost like a sniper feat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it on
To
here?
get no, it's not. So this is the thing. You were originally thinking a half elf. The problem is that to get a feat at first level, you have to make a human variant, which is basically a human, but instead of making the human with the normal bonuses, you get like some of the bonuses, but then you get a feat instead.
Yeah, which is fine.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
So the reason why we're doing this is so that you can get Sharpshooter. Now, this will make you deadly with like any kind of bow, crossbow, or thrown weapon, which fits in really well with the whole like throwing a knife, right?
And
throwing
just having knives, because I want to be able to kill somebody in close or like from far.
Which gets to the next thing. Then we went and thought about how do you become really deadly killing somebody close with just a dagger? Well, that's sneak attack, right? And you actually were like, I almost want to be kind of like an assassin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's literally an archetype for the rogue called assassin.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a good fit for the B team because the B team is going to be really action-packed and mission-oriented, right? It'll allow you to be one of the figures who can infiltrate and talk your way into stuff or talk your way out of stuff. But also, if things get desperate or deadly, you got the means to do that, right?
Or go murk some people.
So you're going to have a third level rogue with a Charlatan background, and your race is going to be human.
Instead of half elf.
Yeah. Now, if we're looking on page 30, anybody following along on the Player's Handbook for 5th edition, if you're looking on page 30, the human variant is a little bit... Oh, I'm on the wrong page because my eyes suck. Somehow I turned to page 50.
Oh, well, at least a little close. This wasn't like 70.
Where it says human traits, all that stuff, you're going to actually ignore some of that because down here in that green box is what we're making for you.
Yeah.
So let's go through that. So if your campaign uses the optional feat rules, which I do, you can use a human variant. So ability score increase. 2 different ability scores of yours increase by 1.
So my ability is going to be the sharpshooter, right?
Well, the ability scores are your strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. For the guy that you want to make, we know that you want a high charisma, and we know that you want a high dexterity because dexterity is going to be how you move and how you attack, how you throw, all that stuff. Those are your 2 things. So we know that we're going to put the bonuses into those.
So put it in the little circle below.
But don't put anything in there yet because we haven't rolled up your character.
Okay.
All right. Skills. You gain proficiency in 1 skill of your choice. Now, as a rogue, you're going to get a bunch of proficiencies.
Yeah.
As a charlatan, you get some proficiencies. As a human variant, you get an extra proficiency, which means your guy's going to be highly skilled.
Yeah.
Which, again, is super cool for, like, infiltration, right? The last thing is you gain 1 feat of your choice. That we already know. That's that Sharpshooter. Okay?
Wait, can I do, like... I know I'm going to be able to do, like, a lot of things, but am I allowed to, like, overload one thing? Like, take, like, part of... Let's say, like, this is... in the skills.
Yeah.
If I wanted to be like not good at nature, but like super dope at deception or athletics, can I like add, like take off from nature and add to that?
You can only gain proficiency in something once. So if you choose proficiency in it, how good you're at is going to be dependent on the associated skill or ability. So if you look at acrobatics, it's dex, right? So you're going to have a high dex.
Yeah.
If you look at deception, which is your ability to like bluff or lie, that's going to be charisma.
Yeah. Okay,
so
I got it.
How overloaded it is going to be dependent on what it's tied to, but also, this is where it gets really dope. As a rogue, at your level, you get expertise. And expertise is something where you get two things that you get to pick from where you're above and beyond proficient, right? So that's your overload.
Okay.
Rogues are the only class that get expertise. Well, I think bards can choose expertise at a higher level,
But right now it's only.
but
rogue.
you have that expertise at the level you're going to start.
Alright.
Okay, so this is the important part. Are you ready to roll this character?
Yeah.
We
I'm ready to
have
get going.
we have the famous dice that we got from Wizards of the Coast. This is the first time, people. This is a legendary, historic moment. This is the first time that our Wizards of the Coast dice are being used to roll up a character. So, Charlie, before you roll, let me tell you that very commonly, people will roll 4 dice and take the best 3, the highest 3, and
Yeah.
that's 1 roll. You do this 6 times, and then you assign the rolls.
Okay.
And then you add in those bonuses as a human.
Yes.
What I do is I have you roll 46.
So yeah, I want to do.
You re-roll ones. So if you roll 1, you re-roll it,
Okay.
and then you take the best 3 out of that.
Do I have to roll all 4 at a time, or can I roll like one?
But you only get that benefit that I give you, the special Bill blessing, twice. So if you roll
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
and you're like 5, 1, 1, 1, you're gonna want to use
Yeah.
up one of your Bill blessings.
Or like if it's charisma, I really want to do charisma really well, then I can roll that one again, save it. All right, I got
Right. So what I'm going to do on a separate piece of paper is write down your rolls.
you. Okay.
Okay.
And I have to roll all 4 at the same time. I can't go one by one.
I mean, you could, but that's going to
Take forever. Okay.
Here we go.
First roll ever for character creation.
Okay. Now wait. A 2, a 3, a 2, and a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
First.
I'm just going to give you a little bit of a. Here's the thing. That roll is possibly almost the worst roll that you could ever have. But Charlie, there's nothing wrong with having what's called a dump stat. One really bad. One thing that you're really bad at
Okay.
can define your character just as much as one thing you're really good at.
Yeah.
But wait, you don't have to. You could burn one of your 2 Bill blessings, re-rolling that 1, so that if you get a 5 or a 6, then you just have like an average roll.
No, I'm good. I'll take that for strength.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write down 2, 3,
Yeah.
1, 2. That's your first roll.
Okay.
We'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Go ahead, roll your next
And
one.
then do I get to pick which number associates?
You don't have to do that now. We're gonna
okay.
roll all 6 of them. I'm gonna write down your rolls, your exact rolls. Okay, so that's good, right? 5,
Yeah,
5, 5.
4.
So you got a 15. That's
Okay,
definitely
tight.
not something
Tight.
you're gonna re-roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's brutal.
I'm gonna re-roll that
3, 1, 1, 3. Now hold on. You can go back and re-roll
Okay,
it later.
yeah,
Let's just get
okay.
through the rolls. I'm writing that one down because that might be one you want to re-roll.
Yeah. 5.
5, 3, 4,
12.
1.
12.
5, 3, 4, 1.
Because yeah, I might want to do that one
Yeah.
to get like an overpowered one.
Yeah,
How many more rolls do I have?
we got 2 more.
6, 6, 4. That's a good one.
6, 6, 4 is a solid roll, man. That's a 16. Good.
And one more.
Yep.
Okay.
5, 3, 3, 1. All right. So looking at this,
Mm-hmm.
this isn't bad. That's not bad. That's bad, and that's bad.
These are really good.
So you
right?
have a 15 and a 16
Yeah.
for sure.
Can I
Those are-
associate those two? Anything?
Yeah,
Or,
like
okay.
you're going to be able to choose where those go.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now, just because I'm curious and I'm not tied down, and because this is a live stream that nobody's watching, I want to see one thing.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to be a surprise. We're going to do a test, a scientific test,
All right.
Charlie.
Roll some other die here.
Yeah.
These die kind of let me wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. A little upset with that. I thought I was gonna do better, but it's alright. It happens sometimes. I'm happy with that 16, 15. Pop a little charisma, dexterity. But I'm feeling good in these next couple rolls. These re-rolls are gonna be pretty solid. Watch this perfect 6 right here. See this? 6, 3, 6, 3. It's 3 plus 3 is 6. 1, 3, 6. There you go. Odds are that I didn't actually get that, but we will see what Bo brings back.
All right, Charlie.
Yes. Oh,
I
all the
have a
different
set
dice.
of dice. I have a set of dice right here that are 40 years old.
Okay.
Okay, they're 40-year-old dice.
I would have guessed these ones were the 4-year-old dice.
The wooden ones
Yeah.
actually are handcrafted wooden dice that I got in.
Uzbekistan.
No, not Uzbekistan. They were from Williamsburg. They're made in America.
Oh, okay.
Okay. These are some of the old. They're not the oldest dice, but in the world of 6-sided dice, these are the oldest dice that I have. Now, don't put them down.
Right.
I want to do a little scientific test. So we're going to re-roll all of your stats with the old dice.
Okay.
And then I'm going to let you choose whether you want to keep the stats that you rolled with the D&D dice or with the old
dice.
Bill Allan dice.
And this cancels out my ability to re-roll twice?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Big pimpin'.
Yeah, all right.
All right,
12.
12 next.
Not bad for a small one. 6, 6,
Yeah,
6.
buddy.
Let's go.
That's the highest roll you can get in this game. Yeah, buddy.
5, 3.
Okay.
Six, 4, 3. Not bad. 13.
Mhm.
2 more.
2 more.
6.
6. There's that dump
there's
stat,
that,
buddy.
yeah.
You're not getting out of it. One
It's all
way
right.
or the other. One way or the other.
6, 6, 3. There you go. 15.
Boy.
I like that. There's something about those dice. I don't know. It felt good in
All
the
right.
hand. A little shake.
They got a lot of karma
Yeah.
stored up. Those
Yeah.
those are old. They're old dice. Now, here's the options. Right now, as you're looking at it,
Okay.
you got some very decent rolls here. You know, obviously 18, 15, 2 13s, a 12, and then
Yeah,
a dump stat,
yeah.
a 6. On this side, you got a 16, a 15, right? You probably have here a 12, probably an
Okay.
11 there,
Yeah.
and then the choice of re-rolling those two.
Those 2, yeah.
So you could. Why don't you re-roll those two?
With the
So the 3 1 1 3 1 1 3. So roll 2 dice with those.
not with these.
Nope.
I want those back.
Roll 2 and let's see if you hit some 6s with those. Okay.
6.
6. Re-roll the 1. Okay.
5.
So 6 5 3. So that's a 14 now.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's re-roll one of those because you had only a 1 on this first roll. So
Yeah.
2 3 2 and then a 1.
6. There you go.
6.
Or do you know that? See, they saw that the other die were picking it up, so they fucking had to pick up the
So
slack.
11. So 11, 15, 14, 12, 16, 11.
It's a little more balanced without
Or
the.
12, 18, 13, 13, 6, 15.
Can I line this up really fast?
Yeah.
So highest on this side's 18 to
16.
and then 15 to 15. Double 13s, and then 14, 12. 11, 11, and then, wait.
This is 18, 15, 13, 13, 12, 6.
12, 6,
And this
11,
is
11.
16, 15, 14, 12, 11, 11.
Yeah, okay.
So on the one hand, that 18 is supremely dope.
Yeah, great.
Because you don't have to add anything to it. It's just boss level good.
Yeah, exactly. And like if I want to use my charisma, if I'm going to do charisma and dexterity, that's an 18, 15. Dexterity is not really going to make a difference.
So the 18 you'd put into whatever you want, charisma or dexterity.
Yeah.
The 15 you'd put into the other one,
one,
and
right.
that becomes a 16,
And it's the same.
which is dope.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that 13 would become a 14. So you'd have 3 really good stats.
And this would become, would this be 17 then?
That'd be a 16. That would become a 16, and then that would stay a 14, and you could turn one of these into a 12. So it's kind of, you know what?
It's pretty even.
It's a little bit even. The biggest factor here is that the 18 gives you a +4 to your skills,
Yeah.
whereas the 16 gives you a +3.
So the extra point at the top, which is really what I'm looking at,
Is huge.
So if I'm going to divvy it out, it's going to be the one that's really going to get screwed is just going to. I think I feel like strength is like since I'm going to be fighting in close combats and with.
I would agree that you probably don't need
Yeah,
strength if you're
right.
using daggers to throw, daggers up front. That's all
Exactly.
dexterity. The only thing where strength might come in is athletics. If you have to lift something or climb.
Yeah,
But
that's true, too.
But then again, now I'm just going to say, how often is that going to be important?
Yeah,
Is
it's
there
going to be
a
a lot
way-
of talking, right? And it's
Right.
not going to be a lot of it'll be a lot of smooth stuff. I'm never
And
really going to
plus, like I said, and Brian Thomas from Initiative Coffee
Mm-hmm.
Company, he was a person who reminded me that having a dump stat is actually good. Having one really low stat gives your character a struggle. It
Yeah,
makes the game a little more
fun,
challenging
yeah.
because then you have to figure out your way around
Right, and I
situations.
like that because then I can't just rely on my athleticism. I have to actually think about what
And
I'm
also
gonna do.
teamwork.
Yeah.
Somebody in the B team is probably going to make a huge hulking dude who will be the one that you'll be like, yo,
Yeah.
break down that
Bam.
door.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. So I think I'm gonna go with
Okay.
the old die.
So here's what we're going to do. As a human variant, right? You get those bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
So some people would say, well, you want to be, a fast-talking guy. Put your highest thing into charisma.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. But as a rogue, as an assassin and a rogue, really the most important thing
It's
is
dexterity.
dexterity.
Okay.
Because dexterity is not just your attacks. It's also your ability to sneak around. It's also your AC, your armor class.
And
And that
acrobatics.
determines how easily someone can hit you.
Okay.
And acrobatics, which is like
Yeah,
parkour. So if
exactly.
you gotta like bail and like I do like a slide under the
Right.
table while I'm running away, or
Exactly, and then it kind of takes out athletics a little bit and minimizes that.
yeah,
like,
you're
that
gonna
downfall.
ninja wall run up, hop the
Instead of just
fence.
chucking
yeah.
it, right? All right, yeah. So
Okay,
I
so
think
you're gonna
dexterity.
put the 18 in dexterity, and then you can write +4 underneath that. Okay, then the 15 you're gonna want to put in charisma, but write 16. So
16.
charisma's
Oh.
16 because that is where you're putting one of your +4.
Yeah.
That's a +3 now.
So bottom +3.
Mm-hmm. The next one would be your 13, which is going to become a 14 because you're going to put your other bonus in it. Now, you might be asking yourself, what do I do that in? Let me go through the options. Wisdom.
Yep.
Okay, wisdom is related to your awareness of things around you. Like if you want to tell if someone's lying, insight, or if you're searching, perception.
Yeah.
That might be important. The other side is constitution. Constitution is like your overall endurance and health, and it affects your hit points.
Okay.
So having a decent constitution's not a bad idea.
And I feel like just because I actually think I should go with wisdom because of the B team game. It's going to be kind of more of like a strategy. Like there's battles, right? But I'm not like a super like physical player. I'm more of like a thinking about it, right? Survival. I like.
And maybe
like,
you don't want to get
perception.
snuck up on,
Exactly.
so your perception's important.
Exactly,
So
gotta keep out your
that
head.
becomes a 14 in your wisdom,
Yep.
and that's a +2.
+2.
Okay. Next
And
one is a
Constitution.
13.
Constitution for
Okay,
sure.
so
right?
13 in con gives you a +1. Next one is a 12 in intelligence. That gives you a +1.
And the old sixer.
And then the 6 in strength,
Yeah.
which is a minus. I think I haven't seen a 6 in a long time. I'm pretty sure it's a -2.
Straight twos, -2,
Yeah, it's a -2.
which is fine.
I mean, so it's not the end of the
Yeah,
world.
and like I
okay?
said, like I'm not really gonna be using it all the time.
Right.
It's gotta
and,
be.
and I mean, it'll be, like I said, it'll make things fun sometimes where you'll be in a situation where you have to use strength and you're like, oh, crap,
Yeah, I can't.
And who knows? Maybe that'll be when you've earned some inspiration and you use your inspiration to get yourself out of something. All right, the next cool thing that we want to do. So we're not going to jump to your rogue stuff. The first thing we're going to do is charlatan because we know that you want to be the charlatan. And
Yeah.
the charlatan's going to give you some stuff that will help us kind of build backwards, okay? So turn to page 128.
I was way off.
So the charlatan gives you some skills and some tools and special, let's say, abilities, okay? So first under skill proficiencies, deception and sleight of hand. So find deception, fill in the circle next to it. And then find sleight of hand and fill in the circle next to that. Sleight of hand is your ability to pickpocket
Yeah.
someone, but it's also your ability to be like, what knife?
And then done. Bye bye. Yeah.
You know,
Back and forth.
what gem?
Oh, I can steal stuff from stores very
Yeah.
well.
You could steal stuff from people. You could swipe something off the table. You could do a pop and swap.
Can I, like,
like
check
you could be
people?
like, look at that, and then you go and you have a different pencil.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
was
So
like
can
a
I
magic
check
trick.
people? That was pretty good. Can I check like if people have stuff on them? Like walk up to them. Like I want to walk up and sleight of hand check if he
Yeah.
has anything. In
Now,
his
if their
body.
perception roll exceeds your sleight of hand,
then I'm done. Yeah. And it's
then
gonna
you've been busted.
Yeah.
But that's where you talk your way out.
Yeah,
of it. You're
exactly.
Like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I
I
bumped
wanna-
into you, and
yeah,
you roll
right.
deception, and if that works,
Then I'm good.
See,
Yeah.
so it's a good. That's why charlatans have those, right?
okay.
So you got deception, sleight of hand.
Yeah.
The other thing, now this is under tool proficiency. So on this bottom box right down here, write down tool proficiencies. And this is sweet. So you have a disguise kit proficiency and a forgery kit. So disguise and forgery. What that means, Charlie, is that if you get a kit, you can actually use it. You know how to use a disguise kit. You know how to use a forgery kit. which means given enough time and the right equipment, you could create a disguise for yourself
Or
to
anything.
impersonate someone.
Or like
you
a-
can infiltrate. Like you're the
Yeah.
It's an amazing skill, right?
And I have to buy that at a store or something like that.
Well, yeah. So typically you have to buy the kit,
Mhm.
and then that has the basic supplies. So
Okay.
in this case, remember D&D's kind of like medieval. So
Yeah.
it's not like you have like latex, but you've got
Whatever
like
you got. Yeah.
clay putty
Mhm.
to make a nose, and then you've
Okay.
got some fake hair and some makeup and stuff. So you can
Whatever
kind
it
of
is.
create a
Yeah.
fake beard. So
Okay.
you have some options. The last thing here, you're gonna have a bunch of equipment, which we'll write down later. So you see where it says feature false identity?
Yeah.
Okay, so every background has a feature. The feature for Charlatan is that you've already established a second identity. Like
So,
you've been playing this
yeah,
game for a
for a
long
while,
time.
okay.
So, maybe your actual name is, did you write down how to pronounce it? Zarib.
Zarib, yeah.
Maybe your actual name is Zarib, but you go by,
Like Xeno or something like that.
yeah, or like
something along the lines.
right.
Okay.
So and that's up to you. You get to create like a name and like what this guy looks like and stuff. But you have documentation for this.
For my
like
new character?
for your fake identity.
Okay, all right, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
here's the thing. Maybe on the B team, nobody knows who you really are.
Yeah, but
Right?
they know
and
who
they
I-
all
yeah.
think that you're like Miguel Fuentes or whatever.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I
I'm
mean? Whoever
actually-
your
yeah,
guy
sorry,
is.
yeah.
And you got paperwork, you have
Fuentes.
contacts, you have disguises.
So I got everything. I'm hooked
You
up. I
can
can,
forge documents, including official papers and personal letters.
and I'm not getting screwed
of
because I can
your-
talk it out of it too, right?
Right. So this is like an established identity that you have.
Okay.
Right. So you'll get to write that later, like you just on your
Later,
own.
yeah.
Sometime before we start playing,
Okay.
I want you to just write up a little thing about this fake guy.
Okay, and my original
And it
guy
could
too?
even be you could be like he's an elf and you have fake ears.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
like,
I can mix
and
it.
like he has purple hair. So you have this like kit already built.
Okay.
But if you wanted to build another identity, or if you needed, maybe there's a mission where you have to, infiltrate a castle and impersonate the mayor.
Yeah.
And you know what the mayor looks like.
I can do
You
that.
could get a disguise kit and spend some like days working on it,
Okay.
and then.
Yeah. All right.
Right. So that's the cool thing about Charlatan. You get a bunch of equipment. So where it says equipment, you can write all that stuff down here. So write small because there's a lot of crap.
Okay.
So a set of fine clothes.
So what do these boxes matter or not?
That's your money. So don't write anything in those boxes. We'll get to that in a minute. Set of fine clothes. And then the next line would be disguise kit, which is awesome.
They can't see my spelling, right?
No.
All right, good.
It's right there if you want to copy it.
Yeah,
It's
but
under.
It's fine. Disguise. All right, disguise
Okay.
kit.
Now the next thing is tools of the con of your choice. So what's your go-to con if you want to just scam somebody out of money? Would it be like selling fake potions, like colored liquid that doesn't, or a set of weighted dice that always roll in your favor, or a deck of marked cards?
Yeah, I want a deck of marked
All right,
cards.
so
you
deck of marked
You know that
cards.
game where like they go the queen's game where you like
Yep.
find the queen? That's what I want to do.
So basically, that's you sleight of hand plus that deck
Yeah.
of cards.
Okay, so deck of cards.
Yep. And then a signet ring of an imaginary duke.
This is just a fake ring.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be tight.
And you have 15 gold pieces. So where it says GP,
Yeah,
where is
right
that?
here.
Okay, that's 15. So that's good. So you could buy extra stuff. Now we know what proficiencies you've gotten, what tools you get. Now we're going to go backtrack, right?
Okay.
You remember that as a human variant, you get an additional proficiency of your choice, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't limit it. It says literally anything.
Anything.
So before we pick that freebie up, we're going to go look at rogues to see what the rogue gives you. Because the rogues are very well hooked up with proficiencies. So turn to page 95.
You passed them.
Now we're starting, for this campaign, we're starting at 3rd level. So I'm going to walk you through everything that you would get up to that 3rd level. So the first thing you see here is the hit points. So it's 1d8 per rogue level plus your constitution modifier.
So I got 3d8s.
So wait. So typically what you would do, right, in most D&D games, you get the first level. See, it says your constitution So your first level, you get the maximum, right? So it's 1d8 plus what's your con bonus? Plus 1?
Constitution plus 1, yeah.
Plus 1, right? So you'd have a d8 plus 1. So you'd
Yeah.
start off at first level with 9 hit points because
Mm-hmm.
you automatically get the max. And then every level after that, you roll. Okay?
And to see if it'll be 13.
See what you get. In my campaigns, it's a little more. I scale it up, not so that it's overpowered, but kind of more heroic level
Yeah.
for the players. So I let you max out up until through 5th level.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, you're going to get the max for your first 3 levels. So
Right.
8 plus 1 times 3, so 27. So right here in your hit points, write down 27 and like circle it. That's your max hit points right now.
So that's the maximum damage I can do, or is that the health I have?
That's the health you have.
all right,
That's the max you can take. Okay. Now we look next under there. If you look, it says armor, light armor. Okay. Now light armor is armor that you can wear, and you could still use stealth, which is important because you're probably going to have stealth, and you have really high dex. You want to be able to sneak around. It's not like metal armor, and rogues typically want light armor so that they can do all their skills.
Like leatherish
without
kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's leather armor and then there's studded leather. You're going to start off with studded leather. So
Okay.
under your shit, right down there, studded leather armor. And we'll go over what that means in a minute.
Where do you see the light or temporary armor, whatever it is?
Oh, your armor class?
Well, I see armor class. That's what you're talking about?
Okay, yeah. So studded leather armor gives you an armor class of 12 plus your dex modifier. So your dex modifier is 4, so
16.
you have a 16, which is huge.
Yeah, because I'll be.
Yeah, so that's good. You want to have a good AC because that's determining what if people hit you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you have proficiencies in light armor. You have proficiencies in weapons. You don't have to write all this stuff down, but you do want to write down that you have thieves' tools. So under your proficiencies here, under forgery kit, write down thieves' tools. So thieves' tools are like lock picks and stuff like that for like breaking and entering. Okay.
Yeah.
So now between Charlatan and your rogue class feature, you're an unstoppable force of infiltration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I can
you
get
could
in anywhere.
disguise yourself, you could forge documents, and you could break into stuff.
So I'm just like Connors completely.
Right.
Okay.
Which is going to be a really good fit for the B team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you see where it says saving throws? Dexterity and intelligence. So fill in the circle up here next to dex
And intelligence.
and intelligence. Saving throws are when something happens, sometimes an encounter or an attack from someone, and you have a chance to not fail or not take damage from it, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes a spell is cast on you, and it'll be
poison.
like make an intelligence saving throw, and you roll this plus your thing, and it's got to beat a certain number. Or you're walking along in a dungeon, and a pit trap opens up, and nobody noticed it. Make a dexterity saving throw, or you fall in. Okay, boom, you fell in. You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? So
Wait, did I get a poison kit too? Or was that from the half elf?
I think that, hold on. That's the assassin.
Okay.
We'll get to that. We got more.
All right.
It's crazy how much stuff you got. So those are your saving throws. We'll fill in the numbers in a minute. Let's look at your skills. So there it's on the bottom how it says choose. Choose 4. So one thing that rogues are really amazing for is that they get a ton of skills. Like choose 4 from that list, and that's a big list. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously you don't want to choose the things that you already get.
Okay.
Right? You want to choose new things. So let's look through this. Acrobatics. Is that something you might want to do?
Maybe.
It's
Probably.
real handy for quick escapes.
Yeah.
If you have to
And sneaking up,
I
too.
run out the window and run along the roof to escape, and I scurry down the drain pipe.
Yeah.
That's all acrobatics.
And it could be good too for getting close to.
I hop. I do a wall run up the wall, and I hop the gate. Or I do a somersault, a cartwheel through. Those kind of things are all acrobatics, right? Or
Yeah.
you do a flip over the guard station, whatever.
Okay. So I think acrobatics.
So put a circle next to that. That's one of your 4. Athletics, hold off on.
Yeah, I don't
because you're not really that strong.
Yeah.
We might come back to it. Deception, you already have.
Yeah.
Right? Insight. Do you want to be able to tell if people are lying to you?
Well, I'm gonna.
Do you want to be able to tell what their motive is? It's not just about
Maybe.
lying.
Can I come back to that one? See
You can.
read the rest of them.
So intimidation.
Yeah, I want that because I want to be like talking and they'll be.
There
really
are 3
intimidating.
ways that charisma can be used in this game. Deception, which is
Yeah.
where you're getting what you want by not telling the truth.
Yeah.
Persuasion, which is asking people to give you what you want, but being honest about it. And then intimidation, which is demanding what
Yeah.
you want. So there's not one that's any better than the others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, truly, you can use any of those in any circumstance.
Yeah.
So
Can I do more than one? I mean, it's intimidation and the.
you could take all of them if you wanted.
Can I? Only intimidation, right? The other ones aren't in here.
Persuasion's in there. So intimidation and persuasion.
I was thinking intimidation and persuasion, because if I can persuade them like a lot and like kind of have them feel like they're nervous, and like I feel like that would make people do like more things.
Okay, hold that thought.
Okay.
Let's go through the rest of these. Investigation is more of a, it's not like perception is like you're spotting things, your immediate senses, kind of like what's around you, passively or actively. Investigation's more like long-term, like I'm going to search this whole effing place for the secret pit or the book that's in the library, or I'm going to research this kind of poison in the library. That's investigation. All right, then you got perception.
I feel like I'd rather have perception than investigation.
Perception's kind of one of those things where you can't go wrong taking it because you'll never not use it. Like
Yeah, you always roll for perception.
you're always rolling for perception in games to see if you notice things. And even when you don't roll, passively the DM might roll against you.
Yeah.
So your passive perception.
So I think that's a lock for sure.
Okay. So we've used how many now?
2.
2. All right. Performance is like singing, dancing, playing musical instruments. All right, skip it. Persuasion, you understand that?
Yeah.
That's getting people to do what you need them to do. Sleight of hand, you have that already.
Can I double down?
You could add expertise, but hold on. Then there's stealth. Now, you don't have stealth yet, do you?
No, I do not.
Before we pick this, I want to remind you of something. You have as a human variant, you have one more skill that you could pick. So you could use your rogue skills to take the other 2 skills that you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Intimidation and persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah.
And then use your human variant for stealth.
But don't I want to do the sharpshooter with my human variant? Is that a different thing?
That's a feat. That's something you get on top of it.
On top of it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I want to go stealth. And
Okay.
Then
did you take intimidation?
I did not yet. So I used 3. So then stealth, I think persuasion for sure, but I'm going to run something by you before I do. I think persuasion is better because I'm not much of a fighter. But do you, like, what sleight of hand? If I was an expert in sleight of hand, like what does that get me? Like
it's you're gonna be stupid good.
Like just like I'll pretty much anytime I
Like
want
you
to
could walk by somebody and swipe almost anything. So here's an example, right? Just with sleight of hand right now, you'd have a dice roll plus 6.
Yeah.
So it's your +2 proficiency bonus, your +4 dexterity. So that's your +6, right? And you roll and you get a 6. With expertise, you double your proficiency bonus. So now it goes to 8. So it goes, instead of 2, you're getting 4, and then 4 plus 4 is 8.
Should I write 2 there?
Yeah, you can write +2. So, and that goes up by level. So at 5th level, your proficiency bonus becomes 3. So now it's 6 plus 4.
So it kind of is worth it, but I feel like only adding 2 and then 3. I mean, right now it's pretty much gonna be 2 for a while, right? We're probably not gonna level up anytime soon.
You guys might level fast. Yeah. Depends, but you could also die.
So it's either that though or intimidation, right?
Right. So well, you have. I mean, don't worry about expertise yet because you have 4 rogue skills.
Yeah, I have
you already
4 of
had.
those.
What's your charlatan ones that you got? Deception. And sleight of hand.
Yeah.
So what have you picked other than deception and sleight of hand?
Stealth, persuasion, perception, and acrobats.
Stealth. Oh, so acrobatics.
Yep. Perception, persuasion,
and
stealth.
So you get one more as a human.
Yeah, as a human, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So do you want to go with?
We were talking about intimidation earlier, right?
Intimidation could be one.
Or, and the insight's like if I know somebody's lying or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think that may be a good skill to have. Or I can double down on intimidation if I. Either like I'll be able to get anything out of somebody, or know if they're lying. Because if I know if they're lying, I can't really do much about it, right? I feel like everyone's gonna be.
Well, it depends on how you play it.
Yeah.
But I would say that everything you picked so far is really good, like is solid and fits with the concept pretty well. Right. So you can't. I mean, if you wanted intimidation, just take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want that intimidation.
All right, then take
Just as a leader, I feel like I'm gonna try to be a leader of the group. So like I want to be able to make sure people know that I'm kind of
exactly.
boss.
All right, so now we're going to start with some equipment. In your case, I gave you studded leather armor. You're going to have some daggers, and you're going to have thieves' tools. So write down thieves' tools.
I have that right there.
That's your proficiency in it. This is actually what you have. Write down dagger under there, and you're going to have more than one. We'll write down how many you have, and then we'll fill in the numbers in a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I was talking about expertise. At first level, choose 2 skills or a set of tools and a skill. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any check that you use with this. Okay? And at 6th level, you can choose 2 more. So what 2 do you want to have expertise in?
Of these?
Yeah. Let's say
Persuasion for sure.
persuasion or deception.
Persuasion.
Okay.
Persuasion.
And then what else?
And
Persuasion's
stealth.
the nice way of asking.
Yeah. So you think I should go persuasion and deception, or persuasion? I was thinking stealth.
I mean, here's the thing. You're gonna be mad good with stealth as it is.
Okay, so don't really like up that.
It's totally up to you. Now, here's the one thing I will say. As an assassin, if you get a sneak attack on someone, in other words, if you attack someone before they know that you're there, you have the assassinate ability, which basically gives you advantage on the attack, and it means that you're doing maximum damage.
Okay.
So stealth might be important from an assassin standpoint.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do is to the right of that parentheses next to dexterity and next to stealth, write down EX. So we know it's expertise. Write down EX next to stealth. Okay. Now what's the other one you want to put it in? Persuasion or deception?
Perception. Persuasion. Yeah, persuasion.
Okay. Do the same thing. Write down EX.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll fill in those numbers in a minute.
Okay.
So that's expertise. Another thing that rogues get is sneak attack. Okay. So sneak attack basically is when you're fighting someone. Okay. If you get anytime that you attack someone with advantage, you get to do extra damage. That's the sneak attack. Okay. So if you get them in a surprise round, you get that sneak attack, that extra damage. But if you're fighting someone who your allies are also already fighting, okay, so let's say that camera over there is the bad guy, and Matthew's fighting that bad guy right up next to him. As long as one of your friends is already fighting that person, you can whip a dagger at him or go up and stab him, and you get sneak attack damage because they're distracted by that other person, right? So if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of that enemy, or if that enemy isn't incapacitated and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll, like there are a lot of different ways that you could get that sneak attack damage. Okay.
Do I need to write that down in here or no?
You're just gonna remember that.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Another thing is a language. So rogues have their own secret language, and that's thieves' cant. So write down thieves' cant over here. And thieves' cant is a secret, basically like almost like a mix of like slang and sign language and like
a bunch of different
words.
stuff. Yeah. Okay.
But it's not like obvious. It's more like
just like one of these moves.
Hey, how's it going? Are you gonna get some chocolate today?
And then
everything that I just said is like secret code for like the
else.
bad guy is out back behind us.
Yeah.
Right?
With the thing. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
So they have kind of their own language. Okay. At 2nd level, you get cunning action. So what I want you to do is write down up here in your notes. Write down sneak attack. And sneak attack is 2d6 because you're at 3rd level. So you do 2d6. Okay. Next line, write down cunning action.
Do I need to write the smaller now?
I would keep writing small because you got a lot of things to write. Now, cunning action, and then do colon. And underneath that, write down dash, D-A-S-H,
like not the dash.
comma, disengage, D-I-S-E-N-G-A-G-E, comma, hide. So what a cunning action means, so every time you have a round, you know how we roll initiative when we play and you have a round, you have an action that includes like your attack action or your movement and then a bonus action. Right?
Okay.
So it's not always an attack. Maybe it's a skill check or
Whatever,
something.
yeah.
But you get your action, you get your movement, you get your bonus action. Rogues with cunning action can use their bonus action to do a dash, a disengage, or a hide.
Okay, so I can't do all. I thought it was like that. Like
You can't do all
okay,
three.
yeah.
So
okay.
a dash basically gives you extra movement. Right?
Yeah.
So right now you have a 30 movement.
Okay.
That's standard for like humans of
Yeah.
medium size,
Yeah.
right? A dash gives you an additional like dash. Like you could literally be like, I'm gonna run up, attack, and then
Dip.
dash
Yeah,
this way.
right,
Or
okay.
that guy's really far away, I'm gonna run up, I'm gonna dash and run up more, and then I'm gonna whip a dagger.
Yeah.
So where somebody normally wouldn't be able to get close enough to whip a dagger to hit somebody, you could run 60 feet,
Boom.
then whip another dagger 60
Yeah.
feet.
I like the hide too because I'm gonna be very stealthy. Then I could just slit like right to one
Right.
place.
So hide is you could move, attack, move behind a
back, yeah.
column and
Mhm.
roll a hide check.
Yeah.
Normal people can't do that. Like to hide normally would be your whole action.
Yeah, but I can.
So you
bang,
can do that
bang,
on a
bang.
bonus
Yeah, okay,
action,
tight,
right?
tight, Yep.
The last thing is disengage. So if somebody's fighting you and you just run away, they get a free attack on you, right? If
Yeah.
you just try to ghost and somebody's swinging, they get a free
Yeah.
swing. But disengage means that like you bounce out of the
So they
combat
can't hit one of these
safely,
bad boys.
defensively,
Yeah.
and then you can get out. Okay?
Alright.
So that's cunning action. The third level benefit is roguish archetype, and that's where we talk about the assassin. So
Okay.
are you ready?
Yeah.
As an assassin, you get bonus proficiencies. One of them you already have disguise kit. The other is poisoner's
Yeah,
kit.
that's what I was saying
So
earlier.
write down poisoner's kit. This means that you know what different poisons are. You know how they work and how to apply them. Some poisons are ingested,
Yeah.
right?
Some-
Some are external, like if it gets on your skin or in your eyes. Some have to go in the bloodstream. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
there's these
I know
different
all of them.
poisons,
Okay.
and you know all of them and how they work and
How
how
to use
lethal
them.
they are. Some poisons kill you. Some of them make you sick. Some of them make you sleep. Right?
Yeah.
Some of them give you effect of drug, like
Yeah.
like a hallucinogen.
Do I have to roll
So-
to use that, or do I just know
Yeah,
it?
you know how to use it. It doesn't mean that it automatically works every time.
Okay.
So you still have to roll, but having proficiency lets you add your bonus to
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Okay. The next thing, and probably the most powerful thing, skip a line and write down assassinate. ASSINATE.
Two S's in the second one.
Yeah. Ass, innate.
Innate.
You are your deadliest when you get the drop on your enemies. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
Okay.
So under assassinate, write down surprise equals crit.
Crit.
CRIT. So a critical hit
Oh,
means
critical
it's
hit.
like when you roll a 20.
Mhm.
It means you're doing the maximum damage for your weapon. So normally if you hit something, you'd roll your d4 for a dagger. And then you'd be like, all right, I add my dex bonus, so I do 7 damage. On a crit, you automatically get 4
Okay.
because it's the Bill Allen damage alternative
Yeah.
scoring system. And then you roll on top of that and you double that. So now I rolled a 4. So you'd have 4 plus 4
Plus 4.
plus 4.
So-
And wait, because you're a rogue, you
Oh.
drop those sneak attack dice, right?
Plus 5.
So
wow. Yeah. That's
with
like
a
OP.
dagger, you did more than
Yeah.
somebody with a giant battle axe.
Yeah.
You see
that's
what I mean?
tight. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why.
Only if it's a surprise, though, right? Only if it's a sneak attack.
But wait, it gets better.
Oh my god.
Because you're asking yourself, well, how do I get that on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Let's go over to the sharpshooter, shall we?
All right.
So the sharpshooter,
Page we're talking
page
here.
170.
So-
The sharpshooter is a feat. So you're going to write down sharpshooter. Skip a line, write down sharpshooter. Now the sharpshooter is a feat that most people would assume is used for like sniping, right? So you're using a longbow or a crossbow. I read this and then reread it, and there's nothing that says you couldn't use it with a thrown attack.
Yeah.
Meaning a spear or a dagger or a dart. So let's read this. Attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged weapon attacks. You might be asking what range means. Okay, I'm going to show you. So when you have a dagger, you can use it in melee combat, like to stab someone, walk up to them and stab them, or you could use it as a thrown weapon. the attribute that you use is dexterity. So whether you're using it to poke someone here or you're throwing it, you're always doing your +4 for dexterity. Okay. The nice thing about a dagger is it doesn't do a ton of damage. It's only a 1d4. But it's a finesse weapon. It's light and it can be thrown. This means, Charlie, that you could have 2 daggers.
Double dagger.
Yep.
And more on my body somewhere.
Yeah, you can have a
bandolier. Let's go.
Dude. Okay, so look, you got a dagger. That first attack, if you get that surprise attack off on someone, they don't know you're there, you're hidden, you whip that first dagger, that's an assassinate.
Because I can be so hidden, right?
As long as you're the first one to go and it's a surprise, they don't know you're there. If that's in the surprise round, then you get that assassinate benefit, which means that attack is a critical hit.
That's OP.
Not only that, you roll 2 dice to see. So roll, because you have advantage.
2d20s?
Yeah. Now take the higher of the 2.
14.
So you're going to take the 14,
Yeah.
obviously.
You feel good.
And you're going to go, well, okay, 14 plus 6 is
20.
20. Oh, okay, that's a hit. Now, that's a critical.
Yeah.
Because you have assassinate and you have this. So you're going to go, okay, Bill, well, that's a critical, and it's automatically 4 plus this, which is
Plus
5,
this, right?
plus that, plus these.
So
see what I mean?
9, yeah. It's just
So
it's going to be
your
crazy.
first attack, that first dagger, because of Sharpshooter and because of Assassinate, is going to be exceptional.
And I'm already really far away too, right? So
your second attack isn't going to be a surprise. If somebody just was like, huh, and they take one, your second attack's not going to be a surprise on the same guy.
It could be a different guy.
But if it's a different guy who didn't notice that the first guy went down, like some ninja level
imagine
stuff,
that.
you could go whip one there, whip one there.
If I sneak into a room and just like bang, bang, we'll have to wait till my second turn, but bang,
so
bang.
it's a little, when we say it's a little OP, it kind of is.
Do I have a secondary action too? I do have bonus action, right?
Hold on. So attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage. So here's where range comes in. If you look at, I'm going to show you like a heavy crossbow. The range is 100/400. That means the normal range is effective up to 100 feet.
Okay.
And anything past 100 is you roll at disadvantage, which means you roll 2 dice and you take the lower of the 2. So that 19, you'd have to take the 7. And then maximum range is the highest number. Okay? So for a dagger, your range is 20-60.
Yeah.
That means you could throw a dagger within 20 feet, 4 squares of you.
Yeah.
But anything after 20 feet
disadvantage.
is at disadvantage for normal people. But not for the sharpshooter, because attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage.
So I get 60 feet of
so
dagger
you're up
throws.
to 60 feet of dagger throws. Now wait.
Can I mark that? I'm not disadvantage.
Imagine, though, that your opponent, let's say you're taking out a guard in a guard tower, and you're sneaking up, but you're still like 100 feet away.
Yeah.
You can't throw a dagger 100 feet.
I know,
but you know what you can do?
I can dash.
You can run, then dash, then throw 60 feet.
And then, or I could just run, throw, hide.
Sneak, yeah.
Done.
Right, exactly. So you got a lot of options. So that's number 1. Number 2 with Sharpshooter is your ranged weapon attacks ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. So write down ignore half and 3/4 cover. So if somebody's hiding behind a wall,
Pew.
if somebody's hiding behind a column and they're partially sticking out, like you'd normally have some challenges imposed to your attack roll, but not you. The last thing is, this is the most huge thing, and I had to go back and like research it and reread it 5 times. Before you make an attack with a ranged weapon that you are proficient with, like your dagger, you can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll.
Why do that?
If the attack hits, you add +10 to the attack's damage. So I want you to think about this. You're lining up this guy, you got him in your sights, right? He doesn't see you. This is going to be the surprise attack. You know that when you have that surprise attack, you're going to get advantage.
Right.
So you take a -5 to hit. So you only get a +1 total. Go ahead, roll it.
So I get a
You just rolled 2 20s. What are the odds? All right.
That's a good sign.
Let's re-roll that again.
You
because
sure?
that's not realistic. That never happens.
It just happened.
But let's say you did that, right? Okay, there. So of the 2, you take the 17. +1 is 18. So you still hit.
Yeah, like
but
easily.
now, with that -5, your attack does +10 damage. So now, Charlie, remember,
all the rolls
it's
I get to do.
automatically a crit. So roll this. Add 4 to that because you roll. So that's 6 Plus 4 is 10.
Plus these two, right?
Plus 7 is 17. Plus 10 is 20. You just did 27 damage with a dagger.
Like,
That's
easily.
3 times more than a longbow without any adjustments.
Like, easily.
Okay. So
that is OP.
that
That's a little
first
OP.
attack is your assassination attack.
Yeah.
Now, remember, though, that if you get that first sneak attack in, and then you're whipping daggers at people, you might not have assassinate every round.
Yeah.
But if your buddies, if your allies are going up and attacking them, and you're staying back just picking people off,
Yeah.
you still get that sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
And you could choose to take that -5 at any time.
Yeah, so I'll probably do that most of the time, so it would only
could.
make sense, right?
I mean, now if it was some big monster or some guy that was really bulked up with armor, you might need to have that.
Because he needs a thing.
But,
Even
otherwise...
so, though, like, it's just, yeah.
But if you're only rolling 1 and you say, all right, I'm going to take the -5, go ahead. All right, now
So,
that,
yeah,
that would
that
be a
didn't
miss.
hit, yeah.
See? But then you get your second.
Yeah, right.
Because
so,
you got a left-hand dagger, right?
Yeah, oh, so can I hit both?
Yeah.
I can hit both?
Yeah, so you get every round you can throw 2 daggers. So one of them missed, the other one hit. But this one, if you're like Bill, I'm going to take the -5 on both of them. Okay, that one missed, this one hit.
Yeah, right. Well,
Now you know that even if you roll the 1, even without the damage, right?
Yeah.
Even without the special damage, that would hit. You'd get that plus these plus 4
Yeah.
plus 10.
Yeah.
So
Still at 23.
9, 10, 24.
24
damage.
Yeah. So it's
You
still.
see what
like,
I'm saying?
Yeah, it's still
It's
OP,
absurd.
yeah.
So those are your benefits. So on the last one, write down
Double dagger, 2
-5
Okay.
to hit,
Plus
comma,
damage.
plus 10 to damage. And that's a choice. It's not automatic. You
Mhm.
have to say every time you throw.
I wanna
You
do
have to
it.
say if you're doing it or not.
Okay.
So you could say, like, I want to do sharpshooter. I'm going to -5.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. Now remember, that's all throwing. We've done throwing examples.
Everybody have a stab.
Remember that you have these daggers and they're finesse and light. And a light weapon means you can have one in this hand and one in this hand.
Double action.
So you can go up.
Yeah.
Or if they come to you. Let's say you're throwing daggers and now they're rushing you. You're
Yeah.
in close. As long as if you keep like a wingman with you
Mm-hmm.
to fight, and they're on one side and you're on the other side, and the bad guy's in the middle,
I just bang.
you
throw.
you're constantly getting sneak attack damage.
Is there any distance
Attack,
like that
sneak
I
attack.
can't use my throwing? If I'm like 5 feet away, can I throw or do I have to stab?
No, if you're right next to them, you would want to stab, because if you throw right next to them, they get a free attack on you.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, all right.
So that, I mean, but that's what I mean. Like, you're gonna have like a bandolier of daggers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you got sharpshooter. You got all of your stuff. So here's what I'm gonna say. You know how in video games sometimes you have like I have like 72 sets of armor and 56 swords. Like, that's not realistic. There's a thing
Yeah.
called encumbrance. But realistically, how many daggers could you conceal on your body?
All right.
Figure you got one here, one there, right? Sleeves.
2 in each of my pockets.
1, 2,
Yeah, 1, 2.
3, 4.
You could put one right here.
1, 2, 3, 4,
If it has a casing, you could put one right in your waistband.
5, 6,
7, 8.
If you're a
1,
girl, you
2,
could put one right here.
Two on your
7,
thighs.
8,
Two on your thighs.
Yeah. So 1, 2,
9, 10, like
11, 12. 11, 12.
13, 14. Let's say 14.
Okay, 14.
Okay.
15.
Yeah.
No, come on. That's never gonna. 14.
14 daggers.
No, don't write it up there. But right down here, 14 daggers. Now here's the thing you have to remember. These aren't magical. So if you use them, you have to say, like, I'm gonna go reclaim my dagger.
Yeah. Yeah, after.
Right? If there's a big fight, you're keeping track. Because
Mm-hmm.
if I'm keeping track, and I'm like, no, dude, you're out.
Yeah, I gotta go get some. Yeah, okay.
You gotta go pull those
But I
out
can
of a
steal.
body.
I can steal daggers too because I got sleight of hand, so I'll just be
Right.
bopping daggers all the
Well,
time.
point is that you know realistically, like, that's you're maxed out.
Could I like steal since I have a forgery kit? Can I steal like a the thing you put arrows in? What's that called?
A quiver.
A quiver, and then like make it so I can hold the daggers and just put a bunch of daggers in there.
Forgery is writing,
Okay. So
like
not
faking
that.
someone's signature.
Yeah. Okay.
Not like forging, like.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. All right. So here's the other thing. You get, so you've got daggers.
Mhm.
Let's fill in all the numbers now, and then we'll be
Okay.
done. So you know that your strength is a -2. So
Yes.
write down -2 on that line. Your dex
+4.
But because you have that circled, it's proficiency. You got a +6.
Okay.
Okay. What's the next one?
Constitution +1.
Yep.
Intelligence circled, so +1 so +3.
Yes.
Wisdom +2,
Mm-hmm.
and charisma +3. That's pretty good.
No, I can't wait to see the comments because I feel like people might criticize you, but I think you made a good decision
For what? For doing intelligence?
for having a good wisdom.
Oh yeah.
Some people would be like, "Well, you should have taken some more like knowledge," but I think a con man also has to be aware
Yeah, of
the
everything.
con.
Yeah, right,
Right.
exactly.
You can't be clueless.
Yeah, I agree. I like wisdom. I like the way.
All right. So now let's go through this, and let's go through the ones you have proficiency in first. So
Okay.
that's Dex
Acrobats.
plus. So it's 6.
Well, what's this inspiration number?
That is during a game if you do something epic.
Yeah.
Or you role play something epic.
Yeah.
You come in the clutch. Basically, you're like the one who saves
Yeah.
the moment. You get an inspiration point.
Okay.
And it's basically like an extra
Roll.
die that you could use to do something
Anytime I want.
or a reroll
Okay.
one
One
time.
time, yeah,
And
I
you
got
can't rack them, you can't bank them. You only get one. And when you use it, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then you got to earn it over.
Okay. So acrobats, dexterity, 4 +2, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom is +2, so 4.
Mm-hmm. No. You don't have proficiency in it. So
Oh
erase
yeah.
that.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Only the things that you have
It-
circled, you have
yeah.
your proficiency
so
bonus to.
Just 2.
Yep.
What's Arcana?
Arcana is like your knowledge of magical stuff.
So 3.
Not actual spells,
Yeah.
but more like, oh, he's using bat wings and snake fangs and a blue crystal. He must be casting that one ritual. It's like knowing what magic is, but not quite how to do it.
And I got proficiency in deception, right? So it's not 3, it's 5.
Yes.
But I have double perception in acrobats, right? Because I have dexterity and that. So is it double plus? Is it +4?
No. So this is dexterity, which is
Yeah.
+4, and then you have
Proficiency. But I also have proficiency in dexterity.
no.
It doesn't matter.
That's your saving throw.
Oh, okay. it
This
doesn't
is your
matter. Okay.
proficiency.
So intelligence +1, insight, wisdom, 2 charisma, 5 investigation, 1.
Mhm.
Oh no, 3.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Because you don't have proficiency
Oh
in it.
yeah. I bet. 1 medicine, 2 nature. Right.
Nature's +1.
Yeah, so 3.
Or what is it? Wisdom or
Oh,
intelligence?
my bad. Intelligence +1.
+1.
And then wisdom, so 4.
No, that's charisma.
That's charisma?
Wait, what is
That's
that?
wisdom.
Oh, it's wisdom. You're right.
Yeah, and then performance is charisma,
Mm-hmm.
so 3. I'm an expert in that. Does that matter?
Okay, so what is that?
Persuasion. Charisma.
So persuasion is +3.
yeah.
But this is double, so it's
So
+7 total.
Okay. I'm OP and persuasive. Intelligence is 1. Sleight of hand, dexterity,
Mm-hmm.
so 6.
Mm-hmm.
Stealth is 6 plus. Wait. 4.
So 4 + 4,
8.
8.
Wow. And then survival wisdom is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good. All right, almost done.
Yeah. Strength. is
Initiative is your dex bonus.
Yeah.
So you have a +4 to initiative,
Okay.
which is good. Why is that good? Because you always want to get the drop on
yeah,
your enemies.
because I want to go first, right? Yeah.
All right, next thing, let's do your calculations for a dagger.
Okay.
So the cool thing about a dagger is it doesn't matter whether you stab with it or you throw it, the numbers are going to be the same.
Okay.
Because it's based on dexterity. So to hit is your dex bonus plus your proficiency bonus. So write down +6.
Yeah.
Your damage is always going to be 1d4 plus 4. So your dex bonus.
Okay. Yeah, and then
Now, that doesn't include this stuff. That doesn't
Yeah.
include the,
all the
the
other,
s-
yeah,
the
all but
sniper,
it's just the
right.
base thing, right?
So your base thing, though, is 1d4 plus.
+4. Okay. All right, tight. That's
Okay.
my only weapon, right? That's all I really need.
That's it.
All right.
Now, the rest of this stuff, is stuff you could fill in later.
Okay, it doesn't have to be like.
It doesn't have to be right now.
Yeah.
But like if you look up Charlatan in the player's handbook, you could. There's a whole bunch of suggested things that you could use for your ideals, basically to help kind of make your character a little more human, a little more real. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't like it, you don't have to use them. So on page 128 is the Charlatan, and they got personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws. So you could look through those. Now there's like a D, so you could actually roll it if you wanted to be random, but you don't have to be random. I let you guys choose. So your personality trait's just like a thing, right? I have a joke for every occasion, especially occasions where humor is inappropriate. Or I keep multiple holy symbols on me, or I pocket anything I might see.
Definitely have a joke for every occasion, even when it's inappropriate.
So you look, right?
Yeah.
Then you pick out an ideal, you pick out a bond, you pick out a flaw. But you're going to do that off camera.
Yeah.
But before we play, you're going to fill those in. And you're going to pick which ones you are. And make your backstory and your alternate identity, your false identity. Okay?
Tight.
So that's it, people. Thanks for tuning in. We made some characters, and the B team will happen when it happens. I don't even promise dates anymore. B team will happen when it happens. Peace and out.